Somewhere between taking care of everyone else, you stopped taking care of yourself. Not overnight, not dramatically. It happened slowly. So slowly you almost didn't notice. You stopped having opinions about where to eat. You stopped making plans with friends because it was easier to just be available. You stopped dreaming out loud because nobody seemed interested in listening. And now you look in the mirror and you're not sure who that person is anymore. You are not alone, and this episode is for you. Welcome to Heart Talks Daily. Point 1. How you got here. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to disappear. It doesn't work like that. It starts with small things. You cancel plans with a friend because he doesn't like you going out without him, and you tell yourself it's not worth the argument. You stop wearing that color he doesn't like. You start editing your opinions before you say them out loud because you already know how he'll react. You give up the hobby, then the friendship, then the career aspiration, then the version of yourself that had all those things. And each sacrifice felt reasonable in the moment. Each one felt like love. But love is not supposed to cost you your entire self. That is not devotion. That is disappearance. And it happened to you. One small, reasonable sacrifice at a time. Point 2. The invisible tax. There is a tax that nobody talks about. It is paid by women who hold everything together, who remember every appointment, every birthday, every grocery list, every emotional need of every person in the house, while their own needs sit quietly in a corner, gathering dust. It is called the invisible tax, and you have been paying it for years, maybe decades. The problem with invisible labor is that when you do it perfectly, nobody notices. Nobody says, "Thank you for thinking of all of that. Thank you for carrying all of that. Are you okay?" They just expect it. And when you finally stop, or slow down, or need something yourself, suddenly you are the problem. Suddenly you are difficult. Suddenly you are not the woman I married. And you start to wonder, maybe I am asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. You have been asking for too little for far too long. Point 3. The moment it becomes clear. There comes a moment. For some women, it comes quietly, on a Tuesday afternoon, when the house is empty and clean and everyone is fed, and you sit down and realize you have absolutely no idea what you actually want. Not what he wants, not what the kids need, not what would make things easier. What do you want? And the silence that follows that question is one of the loneliest sounds in the world. For other women, it comes loudly, a breaking point, a conversation that finally goes too far, a moment of clarity at 2 a.m. when you look at the ceiling and think, this is not the life I was supposed to have. However it comes, quietly or loudly, that moment is not the end. That moment is the beginning. Point 4. What coming back to yourself looks like. Coming back to yourself is not dramatic. It doesn't require leaving immediately. It doesn't require a grand announcement. It starts with something much quieter. It starts with the first honest answer to the question, what do I actually want today? Not what I should want, not what would be easier. What do I genuinely want? Maybe it is a morning to yourself. Maybe it is a friendship you let go cold. Maybe it is a dream you filed away at 35 because it wasn't the right time. The right time is now, not because everything is perfect, not because everything is resolved, but because you have already waited long enough. You have been last on your own list for long enough. You are allowed to move yourself to the top, not to the middle, not to second, first. The woman you were before you started shrinking is still in there. She didn't leave. She just got quiet because nobody was listening. Start listening. Start with one small thing today. One opinion you state without apologizing. One plan you make for yourself without checking if it's okay. One moment where you choose yourself completely, without guilt, without explanation, without apology. Because you are not a supporting character in your own life. You are the whole story. If this felt like someone read your diary, drop a comment below. You are not alone in this, and you never were. Subscribe to Heart Talks Daily, new episodes every 2 days. Share this with the woman in your life who has been strong for everyone except herself. She needs to hear this today. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself first.